Jakob now who coming up kind of thinking how can we extend our life, how can we extend also the model's career, kind of.
Yeah, as well.
I guess, I mean, that would be a good add-on. It's like a plan.
Okay, so I pressed, yeah.
Excellent.
Hello everyone. So we have a project for preventive medicine or 4P medicine. Anyone knows about this? Preventive medicine? I think many knows, right? So okay, now better. Okay. So preventive medicine is something where all the world is going. It is with the cars, you know, you do the technical service for the car. So we don't do technical service for the human. So we wait until something breaks and then we go to hospital and we repair. So this project is for creating a services which can provide similar service to the human. So that we diagnose something which may come up in a year or two. We find out there's some disease and we do some steps to prevent this. Research Institute transformation, it means we change our thinking about our body and we change our thinking about how we use this body and how we can prolong life and why it's important. So we all here thinking about getting more money, right? But when we are 80 or 90, we can't use them anymore. So we need more life. We need 100, 120 years life, right?
Enjoy all the money.
Yeah, otherwise you have the money but you're on the bed and you can't use them. So what's the use of them, right?
Gaming industry.
Yeah. So this is our team. We all here, and please, I will ask everyone to come here. Please come, so that you see them alive.
You're all very thin.
Well, we're in health industry. We are in fitness and health, and yeah, please come.
Yeah.
So we have Anastasia. She a lecturer and researcher in health, one of the best specialists we have. And Oleg Schwarzman, he's our co-founder, chief advisor, angel investor. So we have Vyacheslav Timoshenko. He is our chief advisor and angel investor. He runs 52 kilometers without water. And now he gonna swim Baikal. Sea of Baikal. So this is something amazing what he does. Okay, so that's me, Yakov Plesnov. I'm a project manager trying to put this all together. So, and chief advisor and researcher Alexey Fedotov. So he done also amazing thing with the body. When the doctor said he can't recover, he standing here now alive and healthy. So thank you very much. And I will continue. Okay, so we have also more, but they cannot come here. About 130 researchers right now in different countries, but mostly in Russia. So we usually have some lectures, seminars about longevity and how we can change our habits, change our diet, to live longer. And we have very amazing results. People are getting younger, People getting smarter as well, because brain works faster. If you are changing a little bit, tweaking a little bit, tuning your diet, what kind of water you're drinking, what kind of air you're breathing. So we have lots of researchers who is constantly researching, and we have a WhatsApp big team on WhatsApp, and if you see the line of text is going like 200 messages per day. So it's very, very active team. So what we have a head office in Moscow. It's 11,000 square meters with lots of medical equipment. We're gonna start work in next year with the service. Now we're preparing, we're trying to establish everything properly. A Swiss quality service, that's what we want. So, and this is the place we have for that.
Did you say it's in your own building?
Yeah, it's our own building worth about $10 million. And this come from our main angel investor, Rit.life Timoshenko. So this is problems which everyone facing right now. So there's a consumption problem. So we are consuming more and more, and especially we consume a lot of different types of food, and the food sometimes can be a chemical, and then we getting sick faster. So second, economic problems, because we need produce a lot of things, so the economics suffer as well. So in some countries there's no anything. In some other countries there's so much of all kinds of different things and foods, and people get sick from it. So ecological problems, because there's so much consumption, so it creates ecological problems. You can see in China what is going on. So this is a good example what can happen to the planet if we go in this way. So, and this creates lots of disease from the ecological point, from the lots of consumption, and early mortality. You can see this is what is going on. 60, 70, 80 years, and we have to leave this planet. So it doesn't matter how much money, how much buildings, how many companies we earn, we still have to go to another world. So if we can figure out how we can live until 100, 120 years, so we have another 20, 30 years, and I think the best use of them is to grow by our consciousness. So this is a machine, it's a bioelectrical machine, but we need to use this body to evolve ourselves. That's what we think. Not just for the point of using the body. We live just to use the body. But we have to learn who we are, what we live for, and help us to understand. So solution is to create global association of research institute. It's not only our institute. We are connected to a couple of institutes already, and they want to exchange data, and they want to help us. And also the private researchers. There's lots of private researchers who is sitting with microscopes, who is experimenting and trying to understand how the body works. They are trying not to get sick. So they are researching something about diet. So what diet can create a bad effect, and they just write down, okay, we have this type of diet and I have this bad effect, so I'm changing. And we are all this collecting this data, and we'll put this in the blockchain. So this data will be used for the future. So that's why the blockchain come here. Okay, so establishing health services. Lots of health services must be established, like specific centers, like we have at centers for repairing our body, but a technical service to prevent any kind of disease that is not available on the planet scale, right? So we want this service available, so you can go and you check yourself, okay, I have my body working properly, or maybe I don't have these micro elements, I will just add them, or maybe I have to run a little bit more, and maybe I have to change diet a little bit. So then you do some adjustment, and then you are fit to go. So also it could be a chain of specified shops where is the health food divided by alkaline balance, antioxidant balance. So this is also not available right now. Also, specific places where people can do the transaction, like if they have an unhealthy lifestyle and they come, and maybe after a month or two, they go to the healthy lifestyle. So this is also very important. So this is based on preventive medicine and 4P medicine. So this is a very interested way how to stop getting sick at all. So you can actually not to get sick at all. I can tell you for years, from my experience as well. Okay, and blockchain security. So the client data will be stored on blockchain, so there's no problem with security for the clients. Our current business targets is a lot of health-oriented people. People who like to live longer, who is into longevity, and we can think it's about 100 million of this audience. We're gonna see how we can cooperate with them. Okay, our business model is the services, products, technologies, equipment, even real estate for the places where people can transact, where they can do the transformation and change. See, this is how the cars, I was talking the service, technical service. So everywhere this technical service for the cars. But where's the technical service for people? So this is what we're going to do. Here's the roadmap for the client. First, client attend lectures online, offline, visiting one of our centers. Then the client subscribe. We think about 1 year subscription, because one consultation will does nothing. So it's too small. It's a whole concept to give. So it is subscription, year subscription. It will be for token. I'll tell later. Then collecting medical tests and data diagnostics at our centers or online. So this data will be stored in the blockchain, and this will be used for like 20, 25 years. It's always secure, and always you can check how is the data improved. Okay, creating personalized roadmap for the client. So when we see and we diagnose that there's some particular problem, we're going to create individual roadmap for the client, how to improve their lifestyle, their quality of life. Fifth is the pool of experts, slowly improving quality. We have lots of experts, nutritiologists and psychologists and fitness experts. So this pool of experts will work with one person individually to improve the life. And sixth, it's a lifetime monitoring and support. So this could be for a lifetime. We can see how the improvement takes for like 5-10 years and what can be done to improve. Okay, what we use for tuning, like we're going to say in the car terms. So we're going to check alkaline balance, we're going to check humidity balance in the air, in the food, because we are 70% water. We should see that the food contains at least 50 or 70% humidity, so that we do not disturb this balance inside the body. Third is the antioxidant balance. You know about antioxidants, so this is important to keep the balance. Some food, some water has antioxidants, some doesn't. Time balance. When you take food, when you do some exercise, it's important. Evening time you take heavy meal, you know that this is not good for your body, and this is what we have to look. Calorie balance, that everyone knows. Temperature balance, it's also important. What air and what kind of food, what temperature food. Lots of people like cold drinks and cold food, and what it does to the body, not many knows. Okay, physical activities, everyone knows what's that. And psychological pressure, like the stress in the job and the relationships. It's all must be accounted in one place, and then from there the diagnostic comes. Because one of these factors can affect everything else. Okay, did we test this? Yes. In the Russian government in 2018, they have a Ministry of Health issue order to invent 4P medicine. it's in the whole country scale. So also we go to Dubai, they have a preventive medicine department, and I meet to representative of the Ministry of Health and Prevention. That's they call in Dubai. So next step after Switzerland, it will be Dubai. So in Russia, it's all started. There are about 10,000 centers. They're already transformed into preventive, like normal clinic, and become preventive medicine clinic. And this the people who already tried this service, and they are actually, there's videos, I cannot show you all of them, but in our website we'll put the videos of the client who they go to the transaction, they see that their life improved, and they say about it. So we have tested this method. Okay, effects of the service. Actually, there are lots of effects. You feel more healthier, your brain works faster, you sleep lesser, you actually feel more lighter, and relationship improve as well, your social life improving as well. So there are lots of good effects everywhere. So we are thinking of issue STO with utility coin and making the security tokens as well, and it will be called life coin. So people actually thinking about life, how to extend the life. A roadmap, 2019, the company registration in Switzerland. We already talked to some companies who will help us with that. Then we have right now about 200 researchers and associated with 3 institutes. So in 2020 we run STO, and we think about the second center. Now we have 1 center in Moscow. So 2021 it will be about 5 centers, and 22 20 centers, and 23 about 100 centers established worldwide. So
just click on it.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's a kind of a...
Okay. Okay, I was here. So we did the test on the Robster network for STO. So we ran the test, it works fine. So we can start at any time, but we want to prepare a good quality service first. We don't want to rush anything because it's a very important. We work with the human body, which is very delicate machine. So it costs from 100 million to 1 billion. It's individually we should measure what's the cost of our body. Not for others, but for ourselves it's very expensive machine. So the tuning and service must be a very high quality. So this is registration plans in Switzerland, and economics perspective, future of human tech service. We all do have cars. So we use technical service for the cars. If we do the same for the human, imagine how many buildings and services can be established worldwide. So thank you very much for your attention. If any question, please.
Thank you very much. Just a question or two, and then, yeah.
Only one question. Jakob?
Yes.
I believe that, I know it, that in Russia there are a lot of good mathematicians and therefore good statistics.
Yes.
Run out of Russia. Nevertheless, it would help me to know when I will die, to be honest. Is this
okay.
One objective? Because what you said is maybe 10 times
The conjunct of
You said 10 times diet. This sounds to me like a boring life.
No. You see, there are a lot of things, not just diet.
What I'm doing is this clean wellness. But sometimes it would be helpful to know that 75 or 80 I will die, therefore I can You're laughing also for the insurance industry, for the life insurance. So you have to calculate the best what you have to pay per month, depending on your time period you will.
I think that's an excellent point for tonight to really to discuss, to elaborate.
Yes, because we have a quite short time.
A very healthy dinner, no alcohol, no smoking.
See, they're really going with this, so.
Another question?
I will talk.
On the investment side,
Yeah, a short question.
Also.
For
Yeah.
these tests, how long does such a test take for all these like 8 areas? You spend like a day, 100%, so how is it organized?
It's like first we diagnose everything. So the person tells what's his lifestyle, what kind of food it takes, when, and what kind of physical activity, and what kind of psychological pressure, you know, in relationship, with job. It's a lot of things involved. Then we discover what kind of psychotype, you know, MBTI. So this is something like 16 different psychological types, you know, like logical, emotional, some people more logical, some more emotional, some more intuitive, some is more sensoric. So this combination creates 16 different like operating system, like a Windows or Mac OS, yeah? So we first discover what kind of operating system is running there. So if people are more emotional or more logical, or they, how they can accept information. So from that point, we are moving to understand other parts of life. Then we create a roadmap how we can correct all the different aspects of the life. So it is very individual tuning, I can say, and it required a good specialist who spent like, yeah, I spent around 20 years in this field. So I started my first research in Malaysia, 1998. Okay, so from that time I keep researching. I spent 20 years in Asia. I spent 15 years only alone in India. In Himalayas, I ask people who live longer what they eat, what they do, you know, how many time they eat, how long they walk, and do they meditate, or what else they do. So I ask people in Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand, what they do to live longer. I look for people who live like 90 years, 95 years, 100 years. So I talk to them. So I understand there are some points to live longer. So they have some ideas. We have one group of people in Hunza in Pakistan. They live 140, 120 years right now. They do children in 90. If you research on Hunza, you will see it's amazing. So we research what is their lifestyle. So what did they do, or why the Japanese live 90 years. So all this together we put in the concept, so we understand this can improve the life, and this can make it life longer. Thank you.
You work together with the guys who do blue zones. In the US, for example, you have such a thing called blue zones, and it's pretty much, I forgot the name who was originally driving it, but he had the same approach. So this was a team of people who went across the globe to sit down in different communities, which they were pretty remote, these communities, but the specialty was that all these people were living a very long life, right? And so they try to research what the reason was for them to live that long life. And with that knowledge, they started to apply that in US cities like Dallas, for example, where they had, I think they were on the list of like the 135 on a health scale, only number 135, and they improved it all the way to like being the 30th healthiest city now in the US, just because of exactly implementing these things like, you know, more physical exercise during the day, and so on and so on. And it really worked. So I was just wondering if you guys are familiar with them, if you have.
Yes, we research, we analyze all of these communities, and we communicate some of them. So we are going to think to make an association of research institute and private researchers. That's what you were saying. So we are very happy to meet anyone who is in this field and who is thinking in this way. So, and then on the blockchain, we can exchange this research information. Now, whatever our researchers do, we put this on our server, we store this. And then later it could be used by our civilization, because it's not just this one country. You know, we live 70 years. What is this? This is not enough. You just hardly start anything, and then you have to leave the body. So it's normally 100, 120 years minimum we should live.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah,
That was
thank
a
you.
great performance. We finalized the afternoon now. Before I ask the presenter to leave the room, I want to inform where the next location is. We meet tonight at 7:30 for dinner. That's Sky Lounge 2. That means that's this direction about 10 minutes walk. Just pass there, and then you are at the big stadium where you have to see a small skyscraper.